What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Smoking Tire Podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Off the Record. Look, when you're out on the road this winter, going skiing, going back to college, wherever it is you're going, drive protected. Wrap it up, you know what I mean? Figuratively speaking, with Off the Record. If you get pulled over and ticketed for a moving violation of any kind, don't plead guilty, get off the record. You feel me? Off the Record will send a qualified attorney to fight that ticket for you, no matter where that jurisdiction is. And if they don't get those points off your record, you don't have to pay. They'll deal with the prosecutor, the judge, the corrupt county sheriff. They'll jump a car over a river if they have to get those points off your record. Go to offtherecord.com/TST. That's offtherecord.com/TST to get 10% off all legal services booked through Off the Record. One more time, offtherecord.com/TST. All right, on this episode of the program, I review the Aston Martin DBX that I drove for a week. That's the DBX-S. Also, Zach and I had a little go in a prototype of a Gunther Works reimagined, remastered, re-somethinged Ferrari 458. We talk about an insane Ferrari auction result down in Florida, and someone has been using a little bit of the old AI on Bring a Trailer listings with hilarious results. It's the Smoking Tire Podcast. Let's go. That part is nice. I'm the last person on the fucking earth that writes checks. I'm probably the youngest person. Here we go. I'm probably the youngest person writing checks today.
Yeah, once I figured out I could pay all the people for driver's test via like Zelle or whatever, then checks were out. It's great.
I like checks. I'll. It's a waste of paper. It's a waste of money on stamps, and yet, because of this, it's the same as this.
Yeah,
because
sense.
of hand to paper,
Yeah.
I kind of know if the bill has been paid or not. You know,
you have way more bills being paid, and I think you need to keep track of way more of it. Yeah,
the king of fucking checks is Marco. Marco at TLG. This motherfucker. He's probably listening. Probably listening right now.
Yeah.
This motherfucker pays all his vendors with checks. Like every part he buys for customer cars, he writes a fucking check for that.
Wow.
He told me how much time he spends writing checks. I went, what the fuck?
Wait till he learns about credit cards.
Well, because obviously Marco manages a few other people, but his for him time is real. I mean, he's billable hours. Mm-hmm. I was like, bro, you could be billing these hours to somebody. For me I do about 50 checks a month. I think that's probably what I do.
Okay, how long does each check take? Let's say you have the bill in front of you. You've got the check and the pen.
I would say like
35
seconds. 3 days a month. I spend 3 to 4 days a month. I spend 15 to 30 minutes writing checks, which is acceptable to me. That's like my time my office time is not that valuable that I can do that. And it doesn't bother me at all. But like, Marco's got what 8-10 hours in a day. And he charges fucking whatever, $275 an hour or whatever he charges to build motors. Mm-hmm. If he's doing an hour and a half of checks every day.
I don't think he's doing that many a day.
No, he is.
90 minutes a day?
That's what he told me he's doing an hour of checks a day.
That's too many.
I was going
to say, I thought he took like a 30-minute, he can have a coffee, he can chill, he can go, especially in the summer, and his new building, I think, is air conditioned, but the old one, no AC, but his office is air conditioned.
It just seems
so he can go chill for a little bit.
And look,
Marco, 90 minutes.
Guy's a successful business owner. He's got a great house. His kids are taken care of. He's got fun toys. I'm not trying to criticize. He's got a system. It takes like 8 months to get in the door at that place. It's not like he's got a problem with business, but like, that's the thing. I guess here's the thing. Here's the thing. I just solved it in my own head. He is essentially a customs agent in Charles de Gaulle Airport. When you have an 8-month backlog, it's if I'm going to take an hour a day to write checks, like you'll be ready when I get to you.
I think there's some of that.
I think I've just solved that. Yeah, I hadn't really thought that all the way through when I started down the road, but now it makes sense. If you've traveled through Charles de Gaulle with a tight layover, he's behind that window.
Yeah. We could automate the process, but it's less romantic.
Yes, I will stamp your passport after the cigarettes.
Yeah.
But my plane, now, you should have tried harder.
This is not America.
This is not America.
Take a break. Have a croissant.
It's not America, no.
Relax.
Oh, it's great. Oh.
Maybe a little revolution, maybe a little protest.
I shouldn't be so mean to France. I like France. And Charles de Gaulle has really turned it around, actually.
They have.
Charles de Gaulle has legit
Beautiful
turned
airport.
it around.
Yeah.
No, they finally started giving a little bit of a fuck if you make
They also
flight.
understand the effectiveness of, how do I say this without our whole channel getting canceled? Like
protest?
Yeah, they really get together.
Oh, yes. The French know how to fucking protest.
It's really in their DNA.
They will shut shit down.
Yeah.
You know who's really got the fucking horsepower to shut shit down? I'm just saying. Garbage men. Fucking garbage men.
Oh, they did that New York thing, right?
I would remember like when I went to Scotland 2 years ago on vacation, went to Edinburgh during the bin man strike.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. It was gross as hell, but I was so for the garbage. They were getting fucked. They were outright getting fucked, and they were like, no, we're not. It took a little bit.
Yeah, eventually you pay. They go, wait, what are these numbers? Okay.
There is an amount of trash that virtually everyone will find unacceptable,
Sure.
and it doesn't take very long to get there.
I think that happened in New York City. Like New York City is weird because they put the trash bags like on the street anyway, and then the garbage picks them up. Which my first time there,
isn't that crazy?
Looks really weird.
That's a
but when you
fucking
see
wild
the
thing.
strike happen, you go, oh, the mountain could be much higher. So it's not a pile; it turns into a mountain.
Yeah, I think Zoran can fix that problem. I think that's a fixable problem.
What, like a new garbage
the
system?
garbage funds allocated to bins that the garbage actually goes into.
I think it's a space issue. I mean, you've been, New York, like every building, if they're jammed next to each other, where do you put that big dumpster?
We're going to have to give up some of the free parking in New York City to make that happen.
Oh, like the street parking?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good idea. The people that need the free parking.
Listen, Paved Paradise. Paved Paradise argues that is actually an incredibly poor use of resources, free parking in New York City. That's some of the most valuable land on the planet, and it's being given away for free.
Now, but how do we determine value? Because if people who live in the buildings, and let's say they've lived there for 50 years, they need their car, they have free parking, they can't afford to pay for a lot, they can't afford to pay to park. Now,
I'm not saying all the parking.
And you want to turn their
saying.
land into something that's more commercially viable? Is that what you're saying?
No, trash. I want the trash to not be on the sidewalk. That's what I'm talking about.
I love that private equity was with you until you went to trash. And
I'm not.
what?
I didn't say commercially viable. I said fucking trash.
You said valuable.
I want to turn a couple spaces a block into a public utility where the trash goes. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, it's like one. I don't know. I don't know anything about the volume of garbage.
I didn't say get rid of all the parking. That's not what I said. But
if I'm objecting as your opponent,
whether you are an urbanist or a capitalist or someone that believes in like effective use of like public lands and the proportional value of those, any way you look at it, free parking in Manhattan from any angle, even the righty free market, is giving that away is bad for everybody. Like The High Cost of Free Parking by Donald Shoup is a must read, as well as Paved Paradise by Henry Graybar. Must reads. Very, very interesting stuff. You want to I'll go parking all day. I'll go 7 hours on parking if we have to. Nobody wanted to listen to that podcast, but Henry was great. I thought he was super interesting. Anyway, cars, I guess.
Yeah.
There are cars. We could talk about cars.
Let's talk about the DBX.
The DBX. This is a niche vehicle, obviously, because clearly everybody can afford a $409,000 SUV. So why does it bear?
If your parking's free,
if you have free parking,
you have more money to buy a car.
I'll tell you what, if you get one of these and street park it in New York City, you're hard as fuck, and I'm here for it. I like that.
I mean, look, I could park I could park a dollar car here right? Or I could lease a car.
Yeah.
So this is my creative math as your political opponent to prove that parking should remain free in New York City. Back to the DBX. It works out.
I'm sorry. What did you just say? You could park $1 car here.
The cost of parking a car at WCCS is X.
Yeah.
Now, I could take that exact amount of money if I had free parking, and then I could just lease a pretty nice new car.
Yeah.
But if parking's not free and I have to pay these prices, which are fair for the market and for the services.
Sure.
But if I have to pay these prices, then I can't afford that car.
That's true.
I'm going to have the red string behind me soon. Go back to the Aston. I'm way off base.
What I like, why this is worth talking about, actually, to me, is that it's not a platform shared vehicle. Like, it's not like an Urus. Mm-hmm. You go drive an Audi Q8 and you go, oh yeah, there's a lot. It's kind of the same here. Not to disrespect Lamborghini, you could say the same thing about a Cayenne or about the little Lexus GX and the Toyota Land Cruiser or whatever. It's like, this is not platform shared. And to have a non-platform shared vehicle is like, it's more exclusive. Right, like it's not a tarted up anything. Like, all of the stuff in this is this. Like, it's not like a GLE Mercedes underneath there.
Right.
And so that, I think, makes it like the Puro Sangue, I guess, more special.
I agree.
And that justifies. Let's quote justifies, right? Because we're talking about silly rich money. Justifies that it's more expensive than a Cayenne Turbo GT or an X5M competition or some other of your standard ultra-fast SUV, right?
But I think it does justify that, because when we've done reviews about, Uruses or other cars like that, a lot of the comments will say, it's really just a Q8.
Yeah.
It's just this underneath. You can get that for less money. Why would you buy this when you could get the same thing effectively, but different badge, different interior, and it costs half the money? So I think that's a legitimate benefit.
It's the thing I like most about it, actually. And then next to that, I love how these things drive. And so this is the S, the DBX-S. So this is now the highest, fastest one. Folks, taking a break because support is coming in from Fitbod. It's that time of January where you're fighting your New Year's fitness resolution. I stopped making New Year's resolutions. I make whole year resolutions. And I have, however, my wife has really taken the liberty of telling me how much I spent last year on our personal trainer. And wow, boy, have I spent a lot on in-person personal training. And let me just say, I spoil myself, and most people can't do that. Now, it's been working. I've lost weight, I feel good, and I am accountable. But most people can't do that. How about if you had a personal trainer in your pocket? Fitbod is here. Fitbod is an app that helps make working out easier. You can customize workouts based on your goals. It'll help you stay focused and get a better workout, keep that intensity up, right? And help you stay accountable to yourself if you can't have or can't go with a full-time personal trainer. Again, this is like a personal trainer in your pocket. It can help you keep those New Year's resolutions going into February and beyond, help keep you motivated to work out on the days you don't want, and it can tailor those workouts based on your time, equipment constraints, and goals, right? Fitbod's creating that personalized workout routine that adapts to your growth, tracks your muscle recovery, can be fine-tuned by experienced certified personal trainers, and can be done at home affordably. So level up your workout in the new year. Join Fitbod today to get your personalized workout plan with 25% off your subscription, or you can try the app for free for 7 days at fitbod.me/tire. One more time, that's fitbod.me/tire. Fitbod.me/tire. tire. Also, support coming in today from DeleteMe. They are making it quick, easy, and safe to remove your personal data online at a time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everyone vulnerable. Look, it's so easy to get people's personal information, their address, their phone number, their family members' names. All of it is on the internet because you put it there. When you signed up and bought that tote bag from jcpenney.com, they sold your data. I don't know if JCPenney literally did, but they probably did because everybody does. Online partisans and nefarious actors buy your data from data brokers and use it for political targeting, spam texts, scam emails, etc. And with DeleteMe, you can protect your personal privacy or the privacy of your business from doxing and sensitive information getting exploited, and on and on. Basically, all you have to do is go to all you have to do is go to joindeleteme.com/tire and then use code TIRE. You'll make an account, you'll sign up, you'll tell them the information that you want taken off the data broker websites, and then DeleteMe goes to work. You don't hear from them for just a little bit, but then they come back and they go, look at all this stuff we found. It's like thousands of instances of your data. You click a few times, they delete it all, then they do it again every single month. It's an ongoing thing, not one time. DeleteMe has your back. So take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for DeleteMe. Now at a special discount for our listeners. Get 20% off your DeleteMe plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/tire and then use promo code TIRE at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/tire and then enter code TIRE at checkout. Last time, joindeleteme.com/tire, code TIRE. Now back to the show. It's got a little more horsepower. It's 717 horsepower. It's funny because in the marketing, they're like, oh, it's got the turbos from the Valhalla, which is like a very funny thing to say about a car that's not out yet. It's not like I'm sure that's good. It makes 10 more horsepower. So like, okay. Maybe that's how you get 10 more horsepower, and these are more powerful turbos. I kind of understand, but like, we don't actually know if the Valhalla is good. It's like, and I assume it's going to be reasonably good. But
it's an excellent marketing term, though. That's what it is.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, it's got these fucking sick turbos from this other car, and it's like, well, we don't. That is not what. Can we try the other car? I don't know. Anyway, it's a funny thing, but it's just a funny marketing jargon thing. But in practice, what it means is power band's a little higher. So everything's moved up a little bit because it's got these bigger turbos that take a little longer to spool. So actually, I think the base one, which is the 707 now, is a little better for your everyday use. This is a little aggressive in terms of the power band, which doesn't have much below 3,000.
This is the Perot-Sangwe problem, where we're like,
a little bit.
The V12 is amazing and it sounds great and it's Ferrari, but for a usable SUV, most people want to live in torque land down low. Yeah, it's
a little bit of that, and then also, the other things that make it really cool. It has some reprogrammed steering geometry, not the rack. So it's got sharper steering, but without rear steer. That's pretty cool. The steering is really nice. The ride is really good, but it has some weight saving. So it has a new front and rear end that saves. I don't want to get the number wrong. The new front and rear end saves. The new nose saves 7 pounds, and the new rear end saves 15 pounds. That's body work. The carbon fiber roof saves 40 pounds, and then it has 23-inch magnesium wheels, which save 42 pounds of unsprung weight. So the 42 pounds of unsprung weight, like that's a shitload. 10 pounds a corner is pulling a ton of weight out of this car. And so it's incredibly agile. You can get wheel spin in four wheels when you're doing launches with it. It drives great. Now, I'd be really worried about driving around on 23-inch magnesium wheels.
That's a huge wheel. I'm sure. I mean, the tires are tiny.
The option is $22,000. And if you crack one, I bet you that's the cost to replace one. Because remember when Ryan broke a magnesium wheel on the way to Luft in his GT4 RS?
Oh, yeah.
Ride from Sacramento?
Yeah.
So those magnesium wheels are like, they're like $13,000 or $15,000 when you buy them with the Weissach pack on Porsche. And he broke one, and Porsche wanted 19 for one. So I don't think that's a uniquely Porsche problem. I think these wheels are probably sold at a loss, you know, on the car, and as part of a package, they bleed the cost into something else, you know. And like really light wheels work. Like they help the car do everything better. But also, they're all just so fucking expensive. Like I would be so nervous about driving around LA. Wait till you see my road and track column this month. It's all about these wheels and the potholes that we got during the rainstorm. Like that's my whole column this month. This car, like it's gotten pretty, like they've really dialed in like the Stroll era of Aston Martin, DB12, the updated Vantage to where it is now, the 707 and now the new Vanquish, like pretty on point, honestly. Pretty good. These are very
I always
desirable
thought the
cars.
DBX, the DBX 707 when we drove it, we're like, this is the one. All these attributes you're talking about.
Yeah.
Fun to drive, handled well, felt pretty agile, sounded great, looked amazing, had better shock tuning than the lesser one. Like all of that stuff was already true. So I'm glad they didn't ruin it.
No.
And then they just update. This was probably the car that I don't know needed like the least updating, because some of the other ones, the interiors were just so cheap feeling compared to the cost of the car, the speed, and sometimes the exterior. But like I think the redesign they've done with their flagship cars inside and out has really been something to celebrate.
Yeah.
And this was like, they didn't mess with it too much. They didn't need to mess with it too much. Good.
Yeah. The only thing that this one, and maybe there's still time because this hasn't fully launched in the U.S. yet. I got it a little early. You know, the mandatory ADAS thing, oof. They got to get out of this. This is really bad news. Like, nothing ruins a luxury experience than a car that doesn't remember the setting that you left it in. Like, if you have a car, it's a car that is the kind of car that you set up for your memory seat and your fucking radios and your drive mode, your individual drive mode and whatever, your personal ADAS settings, whatever they may be. Imagine you spend a lot of money on that car and whatever settings you value, the seat, the radio, fucking whatever, it's just not there the next time you start the car. It's back to a default. After you've spent $400,000 on this car, and you could get hoodwinked as fuck with one of these. Imagine you go to a dealer to test drive one, and you get in it, you drive it, you hate the ADAS, you turn it off on the test drive. The salesman doesn't tell you that it comes back on every single time. Fully. Not just lane keep assist. There's a 5 mile an hour over the speed limit chime that comes on. Oh. Yeah. Every time
that's a much bigger problem.
Every time you start the car, my friend.
You can't turn the limiter up for that?
Nope. At full ADAS, dude. Wow. Every time. So, do you know how many times the lane keep assist steered me directly into a fucking pothole? Because I tried to turn it off every time because it's unusable. It's horrible. But also, I would forget. Because of course I fucking would forget. Because anybody would forget having to do this. I mean, eventually.
Well, or it wears you down. If you're running errands and you have 4 stops to make, on the third one, you're like, I'll just leave it on. Like, I don't want to deal with it.
Right.
It hasn't gotten in the way yet.
Right.
And then on that route, you encounter a pothole.
Correct.
You try to go around it, and it's like, how dare you leave the lane?
Exactly.
And then it pushes you back in.
With your 23-inch magnesium wheels. I mean, imagine going to the dealer and going, the software made me drive into this thing. They go, eat a dick. 20 grand thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like, you know, like you can forget and leave it on and you can get 10 or 15 minutes up the road before something weird and you go, fucking, what is going on? And furthermore, this particular vehicle, which I don't think was necessarily pre-production, but sometimes it would take the center screen, not the car itself, but the center screen up to 60 seconds to turn on.
To turn on,
not
and
to
show
turn
any,
on, but
okay.
to power up and like it shows the car's like logo. Yeah, effectively to boot. No,
that's
sometimes
really
it would
slow.
take 1 second. Same with the Ferrari 12C. Same exact problem. Sometimes it would take a few seconds or 1 second or half a second, and sometimes it would take 60 seconds. Here's where that becomes majorly problematic. You need it to turn off the ADAS. You can't turn it off with a hard button. So if that screen doesn't boot up, can't turn it off. That sucks. You know, because it's one hard button press.
It's like right.
Yeah, that one of them.
It doesn't matter.
It's one of those on the right.
Yeah.
That one. That one. The second one down on the right. You hit that. It pulls up a menu. You have to hit one touch thing and then another touch thing. But if the screen's not booted up, and look, that's a big problem.
Well, this is something we've seen in a lot of cars because they're adding more complicated graphics packages, more features and stuff. But if they don't increase the hardware with more GPUs and whatnot, it just takes so long. It's an old computer running the newest OS. That's what it's doing. And I think it's problematic when climate control is through there, navigation's through there.
Yeah.
And I know everyone's like, it's only a minute. I know. But if your car did this, if your phone did this, it would be very frustrating when you hop in the car and you're like, all right, where are we going? And you're sitting there and you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting and you'll get your directions in 1 minute. It's just a while.
I forget if the temperature controls, which are manual scrolly wheels, I forget if they worked while the screen was booting up. Like if you could change it. Like I forget. I think you can.
Does it indicate the change you're making though?
Yeah, I think it's the very bottom of the screen.
Oh yeah, I see that.
That black bar is where it does it. So like I forget if it did it. Like, but if it's Arizona in the summer,
sure,
or fucking Maine in the winter, it will matter if you can do those things.
Does it boot up quicker if you are using the Apple CarPlay thing?
So, guys, one more break because we are supported today from AG1. There is no time for better health. There's just now, and AG1 is the easiest and most impactful habit you can implement this year. It's actually true. It is easy, and it is impactful because sustainable health is about consistency, right? And you can actually simplify your nutrition plan with AG1. You've got multivitamin, pre- and probiotic superfoods and antioxidants in one scoop. It's the opposite of complexity. One scoop, 20 seconds, 8 ounces of water, shake, 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 and then chug it. Drink it before coffee, before chugging your phone, before breakfast, before going to work. It'll become a habit that anchors everything else. You're starting your day with all of them good things going into your body. I was able to change a lot in my life by having the first thing that goes into my body every morning be protein, rather than coffee or sugar or whatever. Now the first thing that goes into my body is eggs. Matter of fact, the second thing that goes into my body is AG1 because I'm sticking with the protein from the eggs first. I do the AG1 second. But either way, all that stuff, it starts my day off getting going with the right fuel. And AG1's new next-gen formula has added more vitamins and minerals than ever before. It's clinically proven to fill common nutrient gaps. If you drink it every day, it's like having full servings of vegetables and full servings of like really healthy food, but it's just done. Like when I'm on the road, I'm traveling, I don't really know where I'm going to eat. I'm outside of my own kitchen. I'm not shopping for my own vegetables. So I rock the berry flavor and the tropical, and they're all pretty good, but I'm about that tropical life. You can do it too. AG1 has over 50,000 verified 5-star reviews and comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Go to drinkag1.com/tire to get their best offer. For a limited time only, get a free AG1 duffel bag and a free AG1 welcome kit with your first subscription order while supplies last. That's drinkag1.com/tire. drinkag1.com/tire. This has CarPlay Ultra. In order to, which is very funny, when Aston launched this as part of the thing, one of the reasons that they said that they wanted to do it was that their customers had multiple Astons, and they wanted it to be the same across their whole family of cars. All right, I don't know anybody who has multiple Astons, but you know your customer, let's go. Since then, I've used it in 3 different cars. The first car was very problematic. The second car was a little less problematic, but in order to get it to work, I had to delete the first car off my phone. This car, in order to get it to work, I had to delete the last car off my phone also.
That is ironic as hell.
So apparently you cannot connect to multiple Aston Martins. All right. So there's that. Maybe if you change the name of the car, I don't want to say that there's no way to do it, but I will say that when I said, "Hey, Aston Martin person, my phone won't connect to the car," they said, "Do you have old Aston Martin press cars in your Bluetooth list?" Which I do. They're like, delete them.
Now, if I go glass half full. Maybe they're like, oh, those old Aston press cars had the old Ultra iOS thing.
I don't want to say definitively that you can't do it, and I'm sure somebody will prove to me that you can do it.
I hope so.
I will say that has been the solution for the last 2 of these I've driven.
Right.
Now, finally it connects. Apple CarPlay Ultra. After about 2.5 days, without me doing anything, nothing, it goes back to regular CarPlay. And I cannot figure out how to get it to go back to CarPlay Ultra, and I don't give a and I'm so happy that it's not in CarPlay Ultra anymore that I don't give a shit, and I just leave it, and I just use regular CarPlay.
So it went back to a different setting, though. That's interesting.
I didn't even know you could use regular CarPlay in cars that had CarPlay Ultra. But it went back to it eventually. So, I don't know.
Oh, but when it was using CarPlay Ultra, did that system power up faster?
No, okay. Slower than regular CarPlay.
Wow.
Yeah. I have concluded that I don't like CarPlay Ultra. It might be a solution for very, very bad native UI systems, but honestly, if you have regular CarPlay and even in this Aston screen here, if you have a dock, like the Taycan has it, and someone showed me how to make the CarPlay button. Mm-hmm. If you have a dock on the screen, and one of those buttons is CarPlay, and another button is Sirius, and another button is the native nav, and the other, you don't need anything more than that. But I guess there are, I don't know.
A bunch of people, after our CarPlay discussion a few weeks ago, people messaged me and said, you can rearrange the icons on your CarPlay just like you can your phone. Yeah, sometimes it's a drag thing, and sometimes it's you have to go into settings or whatever. In your phone, you go to CarPlay settings, here are the apps I wanted to see first, but very helpful. Thank you, folks.
Yeah, I never thought of it because honestly, when I pull up CarPlay, the apps I use the most are just kind of automatically there. So maybe that's an accident. I don't have to swipe through a whole bunch, but it's good to know you can. Being able to do it in the Taycan, just being just like you would do it in a phone. A, it's hilarious. I've never tried it, and B, no one ever told me about it until this fan did the other day. And now that I've done it, I'm like, oh my god, this is just the game changer.
There's a wall there. Usually, you're not supposed to cross those.
It does look like that. Yeah. But
I think CarPlay Ultra would work the Subaru Crosstrek, or actually any new Subaru that we've driven. The middle MMI screen looks so old. The graphics look like early 2000s MTV Nickelodeon.
There's a new one.
So if they change that would be nice.
Have you seen the new Subaru Outback?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Shout out to my friends at Subaru of Englewood, New Jersey. I love them. It's also Porsche of Englewood, New Jersey, where I bought my Spider. Fabulous people. I love them. Great dealership. If you're in New Jersey, buy a car from them. When I was in South Carolina bird hunting 2 weeks ago, they had one of the new Outbacks, and they like it. I think this car is heinous looking. Have you seen this thing, the new Outback?
Is it 2026?
Yeah. They turned it into, I think it's like the Hyundai Santa Fe. Zach's eyes. Zach's eyes just lit up. Dude.
Lit up is the wrong description.
Lit up. His eyes just shot to the ceiling.
Whoa.
What have they done?
Here, it's more...
Doesn't it look like the Hyundai? Like Santa Fe? Like it's like real square.
It's very square. They turned it... They finally just said, yeah, it's an SUV. That's what happened.
I guess, yeah.
Come on.
It is not good looking. I mean, they've just made it a square SUV.
Yeah, it's the Forester.
Yeah.
It's what the Forester was.
They've merged.
Yeah, does the
essentially.
Forester still exist?
It does.
It does?
No, it does, yeah.
The back looks very RAV4, or...
It looks exactly...
Yeah, it looks extremely RAV4, which, I get it's like the third most popular
this is what they've done.
SUV.
It's halfway between a RAV4 and the new Hyundai Santa Fe. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's RAV4 in the back. The side window is very Hyundai Santa Fe retro, like this extra pillar that just takes up space you can't see. The front, you got like, squinty eye, the split headlight thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the front's not bad.
It's not good.
But it's a completely different vehicle appearance-wise.
It has a new UI though. I'll give credit where it is due. The interior is, for the price, the interior is nice. These cars are they're like 40 grand. They're not expensive, and the interior is comfortable and improved over the last version. And I should know because my mom has the last version. But my mom's looks so much better, but this one does have the better interior.
Okay.
Still has manual climate control, full manual climate control on the bottom.
That's good. We've got the gauges here. I want to see. I trust you, because we drove that Outback, the Wilderness Edition, a few years ago.
Liked it.
We liked the way it drove.
Yeah.
I really dislike the way all the icons look. They look so tired and old.
Yeah.
So this is a good improvement.
So anyway, just to wrap up the DBX-S. It's a really, really beautiful driving thing. It's agile. It's really comfortable. Although this one did not get the massage seats. You guys got to save weight. Got to have the lighter seats.
It's a good looking car, though.
Very pretty, extremely fast. Sounds great. Obviously, super super expensive, but it's not an upgraded version of anything else. Very much stands alone, and I don't think the bigger turbos, the up power band. It's not the full Puro Songway problem. It's not like it has no balls. It's just like the AMG derived V8 is very grunty at the bottom. And I think that's at like the 500 horsepower level. But the higher you kick up the horsepower and the bigger you make the turbos, you just keep moving it up. Well,
because you need... Did the red line go up at all? Do you know?
I don't think so. I think it's still like 72, something like that.
Well, bigger turbos, you need more revs to make it breathe. Yeah.
It's fast. I'll say that. It's very, very fast. And it's very pretty.
Yeah.
Lots of leather. Smells really good in there.
The color was amazing.
Yeah.
This green is so good.
Mm-hmm. It's a fun car. And I just like they're doing such a nice job with their styling and with their dynamics. The software stuff, partially Apple, partially not.
Yeah, that limit thing, that's not okay.
Yeah,
because 5 over, everyone's doing 5 over.
Stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it stinks. What else do we have? Oh, the Gunther Ferrari?
Yeah. Oops, there we go.
So Gunther Works, our friend Peter, who the founder, owner, I guess I want to say owner, CEO of Gunther Works, is interested in exploring the idea of a Ferrari 458. Apparently seeing the difference in value between a regular 458 and a Special. And he basically said, the Gunther Works 993s are like insane. They're completely re-engineered from the ground up. And this isn't that. This is basically seeing the difference in value between a regular 458 and a Special. And a regular 458 is like 150 to 250,000, and specials are like 700,000. And basically, what he is looking for is to try to offer a styling and driving experience that's more like a special, but for like much less money. And so with this particular car, he said, you know, this is a car that was a $180,000 car, that his kit would be like $150,000 on top of that. So it's like $300 to $350. This is a ton of money again, ton of money, but half of what you would spend getting an actual special, and not something that is in theory so collectible that you couldn't put a lot of miles on it. That's the idea.
Now, did this car effectively start life as looking like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
It could. Is that car like live now?
No.
Okay. So yeah, this is effectively the same car. Which can you go? Can you see like sold ones of these? What are these going for? What does it cost to get a 458? Because 458s are really good cars. Really good cars. And the specials are just crazy money. Let's see. Sold for 2010 458 for 136 grand. Wow. There's a Spider with 13,000 miles for 212. Wow, a lot of no sales. Well, that gray one you just had up sold for 167. Okay, great. Let's pull that one up. So 167. How many miles are on this thing? Scroll down. Gray tan is fucking
36,000.
Ooh, good number of miles.
It's like a dark gray with tan yellow calipers for people listening.
Fucking nice spec.
These seats, look at, ooh.
I'm into everything about this.
Yeah.
This is a fabulous car. Okay, so you start with one of these things. And then go back to my photo. So Gunther then replaces the entire front clip with carbon and does a pass-through heat exchanger thing with the frunk and the scoop. Now it does take up some of the frunk, which sort of sucks. Yeah. So you lose some of your usability. Plus, this car is dropped, I think, I forget, I don't know exactly how much. It's either a half inch or an inch. Or it's probably
like half.
Half inch on the stock mag ride shocks, but lowering springs. But then it has aftermarket nose lift. And then the pump for that is also in the front trunk. So at least this one has essentially no trunk, which is kind of a bummer. They redo the interior. They add some carbon bits. Like go back to the Cars and Bids one. Not a ton of carbon on this one.
Well, this one does have. I mean,
it does?
This has very similar carbon.
Oh, it does.
Like this has carbon on the wheel. It's got carbon on the vents, which the Gunther Works car, I think, had the carbon in almost the exact same places here.
You are right, sir. So then they take out the power seats and they put in the carbon buckety seats. They make everything like carbon that can be, and then this has the 3 buttons. They change it to the Special, which is the carbon tower of buttons. Cool. So they change the center console.
Yep.
And they effectively give you, Special vibes. The rear gets a very similar, not quite a Special, but similar looking treatment.
That's the stock
one. The 458, I don't have a great photo of the rear. I'm sorry, I didn't put it in there. This has a very small diffuser. The diffuser becomes huge, it almost looks a little bit Enzo-like. It's the full width of the body. Those reversing lights get moved. It's carbon. And then you get the top treatment is got the Special-like wing. I really think only the doors and the roof and the glass are left from the original body.
So this whole fashion now on the front of the Gunther Works car, this is all their design carbon.
It's all their design carbon.
I mean, the mouth looks totally different.
As is the bonnet. The front bonnet.
That's very cool. It's really subtle. Like anybody, if you walk up to this thing and you don't really know the 458, like it kind of blends in.
Well, scroll through the comments on this post. Someone had a good one. They saw the car in Malibu on Sunday. Keep going. There. This guy, Dominic Savides. There we go. I was walking around that Ferrari with these guys, and we were going back and forth with what it was. Like, it's not just a body kit, but it's not a pista. Like, same thing. It's like in between, right? And so, I mean, it's a an upfitted 458. So we didn't make a video with it because the tune isn't quite right. It does have supposedly 50 more horsepower. It has a very light exhaust with a valve in it. I'm sure it has a couple other hard bits, but it also has this tune that isn't where it should be.
Yeah.
So we sent it home, and we're gonna get it back when the tune is.
It's very fast.
When the tune is fine-tuned.
Yeah.
It's fast.
It's very fast.
Yeah.
It's drivability needs a little work.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I haven't driven one of these in such a long time, like years and years and years and years. I remember I asked you, I'm like, where do I turn the thing on?
Yeah. You had to put the key in and turn it.
But then hit the button, and then there's like a little button over there. But man, these things are such magic, and like just ripping through the tunnel, because I drove it to Malibu to meet you guys on Sunday. And just the sound of it, like my wife Sarah's in the car, and I go, "That's why people paid the money for these." Like just that, and she was giggling, and it looks amazing.
They've aged well.
They've aged so well.
And at the time, I didn't love the buttons, all the buttons on the steering wheel. But now, compared to all the haptics on the steering wheel, I'm like, oh, the buttons aren't really so bad.
That's true, but I couldn't
haptic.
figure out how to make the blinker stay on a left turn. On a right turn, it was like if I held it longer, it would just stay. It was like, all right, the blinker's on.
Oh.
The left one,
it's the same.
It's
broken.
It's broken.
Hey,
but
hey, Peter, fix that.
I was doing a lot of 3 flashes, and then it would go away.
That's funny.
But you do get used to it, and someone on the last show said, "What do we prefer, paddles on the wheel or on the column?" And this has paddles on the column, and it was nice action, and they're always there, which there are benefits to it. I
prefer column.
I prefer wheel. If I had to choose one or the other, I'd go wheel. But I went, column's not bad. It's pretty good.
I prefer column. I mean, I think in most circumstances, it doesn't really make a difference. It makes a difference if you plan on sliding the car. That's the only time. If you're really sliding the car and you might want to grab a gear
Very true.
when the wheel is at some fucking crazy angle, then it matters.
That's
Outside
very
of
true.
that, not really so
Yeah.
much. But 458s they are great, but the radio is like unusably awful. Like I think that this is like, there needs to be some kind of full on bypass system for that, and maybe there is, because that is a piece of junk.
It's very quiet. It also needs a backup camera.
No, it's just the usability of that.
Oh,
system.
yeah, with the weird knobs that control. Yeah, it's like you have 3 knobs, the same knob you'd use to control the mirrors in a car. Imagine there's 3 of those. Yeah. And the one on the left controls like your tripometer, and if you want to look at like the tire temp.
Yeah.
And then the one on the right was like radio and media, and it's not very good.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
They're such pretty cars, and so fun to drive, though. I mean, they've aged well in that regard.
And this price, I mean, you could get, for this money, for like $130,000. I mean, you could get your NSX, or you could get a worse NSX.
Well,
this is
167
a lot of car.
is literally what I sold my NSX for.
Ooh, this is nuts.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one.
Spiders are a lot more.
That's my car.
Oh yeah,
I sold that car. That was a record at the time.
Wow. These are fantastic.
Oh, that's funny. The 14 was only bid $458 higher. The gray one, the top right.
Oh yeah.
I was 215. Sorry, that's 212 458. Maybe I need new glasses.
Are they positioning this as? Let's go back to the kit. Is this like? It seems more like a modified Ferrari to make your 458 seem more special, but it's not a full Gunther Works build, Porsche style.
Yeah,
because that would probably change the entire like appearance of the thing.
Yeah, no, the branding of it, because Gunther Works is a division of Vorsteiner, right. So like the branding of it is unclear at the moment. It wasn't necessarily, I plan on selling this exactly as is, as a package and under this brand, and it was, hey, I've thought about the 458 and the Special and the gap between, and so I've built something that is in between. Will you drive it and give me your thoughts, and like we might be onto something. Cool. That was pretty much where and then the car just shows up.
Cool. Looks awesome.
It was supposed to show up the same week the fucking DBX was here. I'm glad it didn't. It was pissing rain. Imagine, I mean, what would I have done with this thing?
Look at it and just,
Stare at it in the driveway for 6 straight days?
Pretty much.
Yeah. But we'll get it back, and we'll make a video once it's ready for the prime time. Did you see that? I guess Ford is like really kind of abandoning Shelby because they just did this Darkhorse SC thing. Like they essentially brought back the GT500, but it's not called GT500. It's called the Darkhorse SC, and it's the GT500 / GTD powertrain, but Darkhorse branding, and presumably, similarly track focused chassis setup.
I wonder why. Like the Shelby name has been attached to these cars for so long, so I wonder if they're aged out of it.
Could be.
They also could save money by
not
maybe not licensing. I'm sure there's a partnership thing there.
And also, I think, and they've really they've dropped Ford Performance, and now it's Ford Racing. They're really trying to like lean into the fact that they're racing. So it's it's billed as halfway between the Darkhorse and the GTD, right? So it gets the supercharged powertrain, but it doesn't get the Multimatic front and rear, clips.
Right. Interesting.
It's essentially the same as the GTD's engine, it seems, although they haven't given you exactly the ways that it's changed yet. But, it looks like it looks like they could put fucking stripes on it and call it a GT500 tomorrow. They've just chosen not to, right?
Yeah. It's funny that this is, I want to read more details, but it's very close to the RTR Spec 3.
Right. Well, this has the Tremec, though.
Oh, right.
This has the DCT gearbox, not a manual.
Okay.
It'll probably be a really good time.
I bet it'll be amazing. Look, the Ford engineers are doing a great job.
I bet it'll drift better than the GTD. The GTD with the does not have much steering angle to work with when it comes to doing slides. It's a pretty good looking car.
Looks very angry.
Yeah.
Very. It is definitely more extroverted looking than the RTR, but slightly subtler than the GTD.
Yeah.
Just because it doesn't have like the huge fins on the fenders and stuff. But man, this hood is
it's
something.
Much narrower than the GTD's like 6 inches wider than a regular Mustang,
and it looks it when it shows up.
Yeah. Cool. Excuse me. I still have yet. I'm doing a story right now for Road and Track about dynos, and actually we used a regular Darkhorse, a naturally aspirated Darkhorse, to test dynos to see how different dynos. And so I spent last week driving around a Darkhorse, and I really need to request that they give me one that doesn't have the track alignment on it, because the powertrains are great. The ride is pretty nice. Like, they're generally really fun cars, but I think all the press cars have this crazy camber because the magazines use them for track work or whatever, and they're so darty. They're exhausting to drive.
I don't know if I've driven different dark horses than you, truly, or
you could have,
or I am less sensitive to that than you are, because it's never really bothered me in those cars. I don't know. Maybe
both. But the ones
you just drive more cars than me, so you're probably more attuned to it.
I don't. That's not. You couldn't tell if a car was fucking darty.
I can, but I think, but maybe my threshold for what is annoying in that regard is higher.
Well, you have a car with overly wide front tires and a lot of camber, also. So. Yes, I would say that you are calibrated.
That's true.
Slightly differently.
That's a very good point.
Someone needs to fucking press that tear button on your shit, dude. T-A-R-E.
Oh, like
on a
wipe?
scale.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. So was that too much of a drug dealer reference?
No, I remember from chemistry class, and I use a scale for my coffee every day. But for a second, I was like, what?
Tear.
I thought T-E-A-R.
Right. I was using language differently.
Yeah, T-A-R-E. Yeah. I remember in class, I was like, why don't they just call it erase? And my teacher was like, because they don't. I'm like, okay. clear, erase, reset.
Don't you dare talk that kind of fucking sense, Clapman.
And I'm sure someone's listening. I'm sure there's a Latin root for why.
Yeah.
There's always a reason for that stuff.
No, I told you my fucking talking sense shit in Hebrew school, right? That almost got me fucking kicked out of Hebrew school. I was forced to go to Hebrew school. Why? What the fuck do I need to learn Hebrew for? And literally 7 years of this shit for purposes of reading a paragraph in front of 200 people one time and never again. And so I asked my Hebrew school teacher when I was, the first year I was there when I was 8, why an all-knowing God doesn't understand English. Now imagine you're a Hebrew school teacher and an 8-year-old fucking shithead says that to you. What do you say?
I mean, and that is a magnificent question, and of course goes along with so many others you can ask. I mean, I don't want to make
so
people
you're
too upset,
telling
but
me,
yeah. So he's all powerful, but he needs our money. That's what you're saying.
All powerful,
right?
All knowing, but only in one language.
All knowing, yeah. That is really funny.
Oh boy.
I like what they did, to go back to cars, I like what they did with the front end. You know what? I just realized this side here, the side of the front fascia is very Lamborghini, like Huracan.
A little
with a
bit.
little cut,
Yeah.
but it's a little subtler. And then this new nose thing, this whole like angle,
Squared off some things.
a little bit, but I like
Yeah.
it. I like it.
It's also not running a square stance. It's got 305 fronts and 315 rears.
Well, because I heard your complaints about the tram lining.
This
That'll fix
look
it.
at this. I love this fucking press release talk. This setup leverages Mustang GTD technology to help deliver near supercar levels of traction. How? They have completely
Well, what tires is the GTD on? Sport Cup 2s?
leverages GTD technology. That would be a very funny way of saying they use the same tires.
I think that's what they're saying.
Well, the GTD has 335 rears, so they're
Yeah.
not the same size.
No.
But leverages...
But it's the technology.
Yeah.
And I would say,
yeah, okay.
is size a technology or is compound a technology?
It's not the size of the tire.
It's the compound.
It's the compound.
This is why creative writing can take you pretty far in
It's
PR.
not the size of your tire. It's the compound.
Matt, it uses the turbos from the Valhalla.
Which is...
I mean, and the PR people right now are upset, and they're also laughing because, like, they know what they have to do. It's tough.
Yeah.
You have to make... I mean, I don't know why you have to. Like, they can't just give the specs, because what we read are the specs, but, like, they got to, like, pitch it to you. So it uses the same technology.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll probably be
That's
fast.
awesome.
It'll probably handle great.
No, it's going to be a
I hope
good
the
time.
steering feel problem gets fixed at some point, but I think that's a hardware issue with the supplier of their pump.
Wait, what steering issue? What are
I
you
feel like
talking
every Mustang we've driven has no steering feel, and I think it's just like either an
about?
overwork.
Do you think they're broken?
No, I don't think they're broken. I think I remember this was a problem with the GT350. Like, it always felt like you had no steering feel, and then when you got too far into the angle, the effort suddenly got really hard. It was almost like the pump couldn't handle it. But the GTD, the Darkhorse, the RTR car, like, it's like BMW M steering. There's just nothing from the front tires.
I think they have a very tough mission because there's so much weight up there.
Yeah.
And the tire is so wide that you need a very powerful system. And I don't think you can have a very powerful system and really good steering feel. I think, like,
That's a good
by
question.
nature, the systems that offer less assist usually give the best feel, all the way to, like, no power steering, which has amazing feel, sometimes at the expense of, like, a ton of effort.
Sure. That's a good point. I mean, because it's a big engine, it's a big car, and so it needs a lot. Maybe.
I'm fucking taking a guess at that, but that's just my guess.
I like that theory, and if anybody works at an OEM, and especially if their name's David, maybe, or anybody else, that's the only one we know. But, like, that would be a great thing to tell us, because, like, I don't
We
know.
have to wait till, like, once every 3 months where he has a bunch of long flights and, like, binges the podcast and catches up.
He's out there. The question would be to you is, have you noticed what has better steering feel, like Vanquish or Darkhorse?
Vanquish.
Okay. Vanquish has a huge engine with turbos.
Engine
it's
is
a big
engine is
car.
behind the front axle. Crucial.
Maybe.
Crucial. It's more mid-engine.
Right, you move what the not leverage point, but you're moving the weight back.
Yeah.
So maybe less weight is on the front tires. So maybe that does influence it.
And it doesn't have the front tires aren't that big. The front tires are like 255s or something, not like 305s. That's a substantial difference. Yeah.
I don't know. Because I mean bigger tires on my car, granted 25 years old, improved steering feel because it made a little bit of effort, had an increase in steering effort, which resulted in like sort of masquerading as feel.
Oh, that's like the same trick as like when I made my steering wheel smaller in the Corvette. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when you manscape. Same
Yeah.
thing. So I don't know. This is a good question for an engineer.
Very good.
They're not a sponsor, but they
Very
could
good.
be.
Oh, can I talk for a second about the Oster Model 10?
Is it a toaster?
No, it's the buzzer. It's the buzzer that, like, you know, in like Full Metal Jacket where they fucking shave it. It's not. It's that. It's the fucking industrial grade buzzer that, like, like an old Italian man would use, or like a military barber from in like Vietnam. Like that's what this is.
Look at the size of the power cable.
Fuck yeah, dude. Shit's almost like 220, right? So Hannah got me this for my birthday like 10 years ago when I used to buzz my head real short. That's the number, the 000 blade is the real short one. So now I haven't done that because I shave my head with a proper razor, right? But now my beard's set up. I've been using a portable buzzer, but with plastic attachments to shave the beard. But I was like, wait a minute. What is the longest blade I can get for the Model 10? It's been in retirement, and it's called like I forget what it's called, but it's the long one. It's the length that I need for this.
So the guard is very tall.
Yeah,
right.
And I brought it out of retirement, and no, those are the plastic bullshit attachments. I have the real metal, cartridges.
All right.
Those are the comb guides. I have the fucking proper, the Model 10 Classic, like those. No, those are the comb ones too. It's where you replace the entire metal cartridge on top.
Okay.
So anyway, found it. Man, I have to grease the motor in this thing, like service it, and it is extremely. When you fucking hit that giant toggle switch on the bottom, gung, and you hear it. It doesn't just go from off to on. It accelerates.
There's a delay.
And then you fucking drop a few drops of oil on it, and then you hit a couple drops of oil on it, and then it goes even faster.
The sound changes, right? Because it's dry, and then
get that oil going, man. Oh, it's like using a riding mower for the first time. It's like just crushing acreage.
Is it not too much? And you've said before, like you have the Arab hair, so like it's not too much power.
No.
He said this. I'm repeating.
Just
what he said.
resistance. You know, sometimes if you're buzzing and then and your buzzer gets bogged down because you're going too fast.
I totally know what that's like.
No such thing.
Definitely.
No such thing, dude. I should have combed it this morning.
I still use the Brio Beardscape when I have
It's a great portable
put
buzzer.
my thing down.
Great portable buzzer.
Lasts for like a year on one charge.
But and my Brio Beardscape works fucking perfectly. But I've broken the tabs on the little plasticky comb attachments. That's the fragile. That's the problem. So now we have this thing weighs like a kilogram. It's fucking you throw the cord over your shoulder. Like it's
it's got the cord guard.
Dude, the cord's like 12 feet. It's like an open mic cable.
Yeah, because you need to be able to walk around the whole chair. And it's got a guard on it. The cable guard is as thick as like your 12-volt battery in your car.
And there's a place, because I live like on the edge of the hood. There's a place like just into the hood that is like a barbershop service center. And he also does knife sharpening, so I went in there to get some knife sharpened. I talked to this motherfucker about buzzers for 35 minutes straight.
What I've noticed now, like at this point in my life, is I see how people become the old person you see in the wild.
Yeah.
So if I walked into that store and there was an 80-year-old man and he was just chatting to this guy about buzzers, I go, man, that guy... I wonder what happened. Maybe his wife died. He's got nothing to do. He's in here just chatting buzzers. Nope, it starts far before that.
Yeah,
and it's just the interest we have in whatever.
I had another one of them the other day. I took when my nephew Cole was here, and I took him to Film Tools in Burbank because he likes cars and photography, and I set him up with a suction cup rig. I sent him home with a rig to shoot some cars. And we're in there, and I was like, I also need whatever the fuck I needed, some little thing. And I went up to the counter, and he was just chatting with some older dude who was relaxing in a director's chair like this. And while the guy looked in the back for whatever it was, well, back, just I don't know where we were going, but we were for 25 minutes. We talked about absolutely nothing. And he was like, don't worry about me. I got nowhere to be.
He's like, no one's buying stuff here anymore. They all get it on Amazon.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what shopping's like now.
Yeah.
I love in-person shopping. It is great. It's not like shopping, but like fucking go to the knife sharpening store, get 8-10 chef's knives done.
That's a good idea. I bought a sharpening block, which I enjoy like learning the process of and doing at home really quick.
Yeah.
And I sharpened our scissors, which I had never done, and it worked, and I was so proud that it worked. But we only have 2 chef's knives. So if I had to do 10, then I might kind of
I do. That's my once a year.
Yeah.
I do the in between maintenance, the honing, a little home sharpening, and then once a year I send my New West Knife Works ones with the rainbow handles. All those free lifetime sharpening.
That's pretty.
So
good.
I send the whole shit back when I go out of town for like a week. FedEx them shits to Wyoming, and then they come back all sharp, all the serrated ones too that I can't do.
Yeah.
And then the ones that aren't New West, I bring to this dude now, which is where I learned about the fucking cartridge for the Oster Model 10. Yes! This is what it's like being 44.
Fountain pens and beard trimmers.
Oh, so excited.
So funny.
So excited.
Did he say, what are you using it for? And you're like, my beard. And he's like, that's too powerful for the beard. That's for your head. You're crazy.
He said most people don't have those for home use, and I was like, I knew what I liked.
You shipped it to a state and then into California because you can't just buy it straight direct here.
Not like my shower heads.
Yeah, or like my water filter.
Got to get the shower heads. Yo, is that Nevada grade?
They put a new shower head in our apartment, and it's slower.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I mean, we could switch it if we want to. Like, it takes 5 minutes, and I have the ability. But we got a new one for a reason. And then the guy, he's installing it, and then we'll get to questions. And he's like, this calcium problem, like, you could just soak it in vinegar. And I literally go, they keep raising our rent, so I'll take the free shower head.
I don't own this place, buddy. I'll take the fucking shower.
Yeah, I'm getting my money back.
Oh, but it's a low flow. They just announced it's the first time we're drought free in like 26 years or something.
Yeah, so we might want to keep saving some money, as you spoke about in the last show.
No.
Don't spend all of it.
It's not. Listen, it's America. Gas go down. I need a 3-row SUV. I might think about having a baby one day.
The TRX has more power now. 717. Oh my God, the TRX and the DBX have the same power, right?
No, I think the TRX is 770.
Oh.
I believe.
You might be right.
I think it's 770. I think they're like, we may never,
777.
Yeah, we may never get a shot to build the world's least fuel efficient vehicle. Again, we better fucking do it now.
If he's getting a ballroom, we're getting a TRX with 800 horsepower.
Johnny Lieberman told me, and obviously it hasn't come to pass, but Johnny Lieberman told me that the Escalade engineer, the engineers who did the Escalade V, were told that Cadillac's going full electric. This is the last exhaust you will ever design. And so that's why the Escalade V is like loud enough to wake the dead for that exact reason. Yeah. Fucking have your last shots, boys. We're getting sober tomorrow.
That's like every movie where they're taking mom's house tomorrow. Right. Tonight we party. And it's just like the movie's about that.
You just know at Ram, you go, fuck, we got to make it. We got a couple years with this guy. Look, after this guy's gone, they're gonna ram this electric down our. We're gonna have to figure out how to make an electric car and a hybrid car, but we got about 2-3 years to get this motherfucker done. We could build the least fuel efficient. Fuck you, invade Venezuela and get more oil car of all fucking time. You understand? We could take up 2 parking spaces every fucking where we go. We're making it 7 inches wider. We're making it 4 inches taller. It's going to be 8,600 pounds, 770 horsepower. It's going to average 2.2 miles per gallon. And if you don't fucking like it, get out.
I want the H1 Hummer to look like a wart on the cock that is the TRX because I want it to be the biggest thing in the world.
Yesterday. It looks small.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I when I drove that one for Doug's channel, I did the measurements. I went, oh, it's narrower than a new Bronco Raptor. Holy moly!
Looks small.
It just looks, because it's so flat and low, it looks wide as hell. Yeah.
How charming! How charmingly practical.
H1 is easier to park.
It's better.
Yeah.
They are easy to park.
Yeah.
They're short.
Yeah, and the slab sided, you can see every part of it.
They're good.
It's not comfortable inside.
Yeah. What do you think? One morning in the Johnson Valley with a TRX. What do you think fuel economy wise? 2, 3 you're looking at?
For
probably?
sure.
Yeah.
The way I would drive it, I mean, look, that truck is so silly in so many ways, but is it a good time? Like, is a Metallica concert fun, but probably kill some birds nearby? Sure, who cares? Like, it's a rad time. It's a big, but I think whenever I've driven big production vehicles in the desert, I go, man, a dedicated racer for this is probably even better because it's less compromised. It's a little lighter, maybe.
Yeah.
And it just kind of inspires me to, want to be around more off-road racing.
The smaller ones are more. I think the Bronco Raptor is more fun than a full-size Raptor.
But even
Raptor
with that, and I know it's a totally different type of vehicle, but when you see the people that have taken like an old Ranger and they put all the parts on, or Tacoma or whatever, and it's got like a decent engine, I bet that's just an absolute riot because then it's a more disposable thing.
Sure. Yeah, disposable. I mean, also.
But less
you
comfortable.
Lease it. You just lease.
I know, that's what's wild,
just
dude.
Lease that motherfucker.
Yeah, and then just go for it. It would be really fun for the desert running. Yeah,
it's the new Ram Lease and Send event. Lease it and fucking send it, bro.
True. But I'm sure you've seen the video. There's a famous Raptor video. This guy, it's shot POV. This guy's out in the desert and he's walking, and his friend is, takes the truck out here, and you can almost hear the beer like in the person's voice. He's like, all right, he's going to go for it. And he's got his phone vertical, and then he turns it sideways, which is perfect. And the dude he's accelerating towards like a gravel road, so it's raised maybe 8 inches on each side, right? Very gentle type thing. And he just floors it. And now, knowing what I know about jumping cars from the Road and Track article I did, go read it, it's online right now, he just stays in the throttle, and it hits and then donkey kicks and just lands on the roof. And the guy filming it is like, yeah, man, go for it, Braden, or whatever. It's just like, and as soon as it goes up in the air, he goes, oh, no. And it just, and I hope the guy was okay. It's a bad accident. But you can't just take the super vehicle has to be driven a certain way or it will no longer be superpowered.
How should Braden have taken that?
Approached it slower.
Since you're a pro.
Approached it slower, and then right before the jump, you want to tap the brakes a little bit. You want to drop the weight to the front of the vehicle, and then as the springs pop back up in the front, you accelerate because your goal is to send the weight to the back of the truck, and that helps prevent the donkey kick. But the other thing is, if the takeoff is too short, it's very hard to manage that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Because it's just
because
as the front comes up in the air and gravity's already pulling it down as the back goes up that ramp.
Sure. And the longer your wheelbase, the worse the effect you have there. Yeah,
so you need to balance like the size of the ramp, how much acceleration can you get on the surface you're on. And this dude hit the jump. I'll find it. He hit it at like 60 miles per hour.
There's math involved in jumping cars, as it turns out, actually. Did you get did you get a math formula really? For how to figure out what your appropriate speed is for distance? I
did not, but our friend Chip, what's Chip's last name? I forget. Starts with a P. Jen Horsey's Chip.
Yeah.
This guy was like,
I don't know Chip's fucking.
He was like
the
creator and executive producer of Nitro Rallycross and a bunch of other things. Like I interviewed him for the piece, and I think they cut his quotes. But as they worked on over the years learning how to jump cars and talking to ramp builders, they figured out there was a formula of if the car hits this ramp at X speed, it can land, it can go 10 feet over or 150 feet over and it will be okay. Yeah. So they had a formula. He didn't share the formula, but they do have a system now.
Tanner's got to be the expert in that system.
Dude, he talked to me for like an hour and that was amazing. But he's like, if you want to go 400 feet, you got to start bringing in like ailerons because it was fascinating talking about the Hot Wheels jump. The rotation of the engine had to be like thought about because you're flying so far, and then the truck will start to like list and roll. And he's like, if you want to go any further than most of us have really gone, you have to start compensating for that with active aero.
Wow.
Which is, you're building an airplane.
Meaning you then have to fly the car.
Yes. Yeah, because then you would either need like Pastrana, on the Family Huckster.
Yeah.
They've got that active aero to kind of change the pitch of it in the air so they can do long jumps and stay flat. But now, Tanner's talking about the rotation on that axis, which is a whole different ballgame.
Sure.
Super crazy.
Well, I wonder if he's talking about the rotation because of the engine. I wonder if Subaru being a flat engine.
I think it was the crank.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's. Wow. I think you have to compensate for the crank rotation over that, because the Hot Wheels jump was 346 feet or 372 feet. It was extremely far, a lot of hang time. And when he came down, if you go watch the video, I think his successful landing, he came down on the side of the tire, folded the tire, and like the wheel caught, and then it went back to, landed upright. But if he'd flown probably 20 more feet, I mean, he probably just landed on the side of the wheel and then slid. Let's watch this real quick, and then we will.
Is this Braden?
Yeah, I mean, it's been re-uploaded so many times.
Oh, brand new Raptor Super Crew.
I took the cup out of the car.
It's a good thing he took the cup out of the car.
So you got a gray Raptor off in the distance. So here, do you see the road?
Definitely
right?
A 6-cylinder. Oh, this is all.
That's the jump. So maybe it's like a foot tall.
Yeah, about a foot, but it's a short kicker.
The kicker is maybe 2 feet long.
Dude, if you wanted to jump this, you'd hit it at 10.
Yes, and then you'd floor it, and you'd still.
You could start a foot from the jump, just right, and just floor it from there. Could. Is how you would do it.
And it's the jump length is the width of a road.
Oh shit, he's coming in hot, hot as fuck.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, super hot. Oh my god. Oh wow.
Full cartwheel forward.
That was a major donkey kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he came in at 50, 60 miles per hour.
Fourth gear.
Yeah, and
so bad. I hope that guy didn't die. That looks fucking terrible.
I think I learned a lot about jumping cars that I more than I ever thought I could, and I'm really glad I did, so that I didn't hurt myself. It is a little bit more complicated than people think.
Just because. I don't even know if they'll be real, but click the comments and see if there's any kind of link to whether or not someone died doing that. No, just a bunch of bad memes, a bunch of people correctly identifying what happened, and
good thing.
Do we have a driver update yet? Let's see if there's some replies to that. Nope. No, it doesn't say. Okay, well, if anyone knows if that guy lived, don't.
A lot of airbags deployed. I hope that person's okay.
That's fucking nuts. That's crazy shit.
Yeah.
Let's go to the people. Patreon.com/The Smoking Tire Podcast is how you get in the game. You can ask questions of the show. You can get the show early. You can get the show without ads. You get extra show. And you get access to exclusive collabs and things that we come up with that are very fun. And let's see what those people have to say. Bald, bearded, and beautiful. I can relate. Thinking of replacing my Taycan Cross Turismo, and the new Taycans with improved range are still very pricey. What about a Mecum GTS EV? I have driven none of the Mecum electrics. Zach, you've driven 2 of them, haven't you?
No, I just drove the first one on the launch, so I have no exposure to the GTS, but I imagine it's stiffer and therefore like a little bit less comfortable. But I think it really depends on where you live. Like I drove on the launch. We were in France, I think.
Yeah.
Like roads are smooth, curvy, and I was not wanting for a stiffer vehicle. Like it was plenty quick and plenty fun in the corners. So I don't know. For me, the GTSs I've driven, the Taycan GTS is so fun, but only if you drive it in the way that really benefits from that kind of performance.
Yeah, the Taycan GTS was similar in 95% of ways to my Taycan 4, unless you're going fast.
Yeah.
You know, when you're doing everyday things, from cruising on the highway to running errands to sitting in traffic, they're the same car. Especially, with EVs specifically, like the power will go from here to here. It'll go from whatever the base Mecum 4 is, 300 and something horsepower, to the 600 horsepower Mecum Turbo, right? Is that 600?
Something like that.
6 something. Whatever. So the GTS will be 500. I don't even know. But they all feel the same at half throttle.
Yeah.
And so it's really going to be about, do you want the GTS ride?
That is it. Yeah.
Run GMC. I like that. Thoughts on the 2014 to 18 Audi RS7? I love my Golf R, but I want something a little more mature. That's mature is the right word. Those RS7s are fast as fuck. They're not particularly interesting to drive. They're not like dynamic, but they're fast. Mm-hmm. They handle all right. They
look cool.
Yeah, they do look cool. I mean, I went on the press launch for that car. I did 200 miles an hour on the press launch in the middle of the fucking desert. That car, like that is a legitimate 200 mile an hour car. ZF 8-speed gearbox, stout. I haven't heard any terrible horror stories.
I don't know. I would do your research on if there are horror stories. Like look at forums or whatever before you get it, because it's a complicated Audi. It's a twin turbo V8, but I think they're rad. And yeah, it is more mature for sure. It's got a presence to it, man.
Yeah.
Great design.
Oh, man. Poop to sample. Kind of fun. Favorite watch, new or used, from $8,000 to $12,000 from these brands. Is this one per each brand?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Tag, the new Carrera glass box. IWC, the 41 millimeter Pilot watch, metal bracelet, straightforward, simple. Omega, that's going to be the white dial Speedmaster. Panerai is going to be the Radiomir 45 millimeter. Always keep it very simple. Rolex for that price, 8 to 12. As far as I know, that'll get you into a no-date sub. That's probably where I'm at. Or that new Cream Oyster Perpetual 41. It's pretty fire, that pistachio joint. Only fans top supporter. What's crazier? Oh, this is crazy. Can you pull up the Mecum Ferrari results? Someone spent $1.8 million on a 360 Stradale, and someone else spent $18 million on an Enzo at $17 million on an Enzo. That's that should do it. The yellow, that's the full yellow collection, but also that David Lee guy bought the white GTO for $38 million.
Let's pull the results. What we got?
But the $17 million Enzo, other than being yellow, let's see, what is it about this? One of 11 yellow Enzos delivered to the U.S. It only done 649 miles. Okay, so that's
a good shade of yellow.
I don't get that. That's very straight. I don't see 8 figures for Enzos.
I'd rather get 2 Koenigsegg's or more. You know, that is so much money,
dude. That's so much money. You could and I've driven Enzos. Like, they're cool, but fucking nah. That's a single clutch gearbox, dude. That's not.
Terrible. Well, because what did someone say that the F50 went for at the same auction?
9 point. Oh, there's an F50 at this auction. Oh, here's an F50. 9 point. Wait, 12 fucking million. What are they? Is this just all crypto scams? Like, who's paying this much money for this shit?
Crypto's down a lot, so I doubt it.
This is very much the haves, the have-nots, and the have-lots. This is, I mean, if you have billions, the fuck do you care between 9 and 12? You know, and I can't possibly imagine.
Let's see. It was owned by a golfer. Doesn't say who bought it.
Ian Poulter, the golfer. The last one, the 9.24, was owned by Ralph Lauren, a guy known for collecting fucking special Ferraris.
And that sold last year.
That was 1 year ago.
So 1 year ago was 9.2.
And by the way,
Ralph's
was yellow. Ralph's was yellow. This one's red. There's very few yellow F50s. There's a lot of red ones.
I mean, imagine when your bank account has billions and you get drunk at the auction.
That's this.
And maybe someone else has the same account and they're drunk and they go and you just go back and forth.
Yeah. I mean, I understand 8 figures for an F50 more than I do for an Enzo.
Yeah,
but
I'd
still,
rather have F50.
Wait, and what? So an F40. This F40 sold for 6.6 million and 5.8. That's crazy money for F40s. These guys had a good day down there at Mecum. Can you find this challenge Stradale? Because that's really the most absurd. There was, I don't know where it went, but there was someone paid $1.8 million for a 360 challenge Stradale, which apparently it was a good color at.
It's too big.
Mecum 2026. There it is. 2 days ago. The second, whatever that Instagram link is, 2 days ago. That. So this is 1.87 million. Finished in an extra Campionario non-standard color British racing green 375 mile car. So you can't drive it. This is a museum car.
So you have a dark green Challenge Stradale.
It's very pretty green tan.
Yeah, I think I need to see it in the sun.
But maybe there's more photos. But you cannot drive it. That is the thing. It stays parked and that's it.
That sucks.
It does.
The interior is cool.
It's a great interior. Yeah, it's a great spec.
Interior.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully whoever bought it is brave enough to drive it. If you have all the money, I mean, we've talked about this before, like they don't want the number to go down.
No,
but then what's the point of getting the super cool thing?
Nobody's spending that kind of money on this car for the number to go down.
Yeah,
it's not happening.
Like, what does a normal CS go for these days?
I mean, it's a laughable $400,000 because this is about $150,000 driving experience. Look on BAT.
Here, this one in September of last year. This one went to 610.
That was a record.
Yeah,
610 was the record for one of these, and god damn, is it good in silver?
I think it's better in
silver.
Than the green.
Better in silver.
Now, the green one might be the only one.
Go down. How many does it say how many miles were on it? Keep going, keep going, keep going. Does it say 17,000 miles?
4,500 miles.
No. No. Go up. Go up. Oh, no, sorry. It just said, it was like the next paragraph down, I thought. It said 17,000 units, excuse me. How many miles? Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. The miles are also low. It just says low. All right, well, it's great in silver.
That is
really
awesome.
good in silver. Dude, honestly, look, they sound great and they look great, but you'd wreck the value converting one to manual. And the manual cars are just so much fucking better.
See, this one had 826 miles. Oh, but that's
December 2025. This is like a DK. That's a DK photo for sure. That's got to be DK engineering. Yes, it is.
No
of course it is. Of course it is. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'd rather spend, by the way, this blue is fabulous on this car.
Oh.
I'd rather spend that money from DK knowing you're getting a full serviced, fresh car. These guys are going to service the shit out of that thing.
Yeah, this one was sold for 500,000 British pounds last year.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's so what's crazier, spending 17 million on an Enzo or 1.8 million on a Stradale you can't drive?
I think the Stradale, because it's supposed to be a racetrack car and it's supposed to be driven. And the Enzo, you could say it is. The Enzo's always been, it's like one of the first hypercars. Yeah. It's always been a flagship. It's been collectible from the moment they had it, announced it. And this, it's collectible because it's cool, but it's just like, I don't know, it's based on their normal entry-level car, right?
Yeah, and like you could get a low-mile Ferrari 360 for so much less money. And even if you wanted to change the fucking color, or have it retrimmed or whatever, like it just, I don't see the value in spending enormous money on a car you can't drive. So I got to say it's more crazy to spend 1.8 million on a brick of a challenge Stradale.
And I think you could build your own CS. You could get close with a whatever 360. You can't build your own. You can't take a lesser car and build it up to Enzo. Right. There's no mid-engine V12 car that they have. They go, oh, this is the cheap one.
Well, if you really want a yellow Enzo, it becomes about, well, how many are there? Who's selling it? When are they selling it? How do you want to how much do you want to pay to get one out of somebody's hands versus here's one that's for sale right now? That's crazy. All of that shit is crazy. This is going to be really something because you have shit like this happening where a Ferrari F50 somehow the record sales 30 goes from 9 million to 12 million in a year. Meanwhile, like regular people can't fucking afford regular cars,
right?
And enthusiasts of cars just have no fucking options.
I mean, you could get
crazy.
Cars and Bids in December. A red 360 manual sold for 110.
Yeah, that's where you want to be. Tickle your pickle for a triple nickel. What's your bad scenario that you secretly wish happened so you can save the day?
Well, sometimes if I watch a bank heist movie, I go, I could be the driver.
Getaway driver?
Which is not a hero at all. But I think something like that, like someone has to get to the hospital immediately.
Yeah. Well, I had this happen. I came upon a crash up on the top of the fucking road, right like before satellite texting became a thing like 2 years ago, and someone had to go to cell phone service and call for fucking help, and boy was it my day. Mm-hmm. I was in my pink car and I drove as fast as fucking possible with no disregard for laws and really almost anything else to get to service, and I did call, and I saw the fucking chopper going the other way when I finally got to the highway. It was great.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't great. The guy was very hurt, and I hope he's okay. I don't think it didn't look like he was going to die, but like he was alive when I left.
I forget, was it motorcycle or car?
Motorcycle. Yeah, motorcycle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got to drive as fast as possible to cell service to call the ambulance or the chopper. Yeah. What else?
Oh, right. Go down.
So much fuck, marry, kills. I need to take a break from those for a minute. I don't have an answer for that one. I blow horns. Are there any vehicles that are mediocre at 5/7 but come alive at the limit? I would genuinely think that good limit behavior would correlate with good linear sublimit behavior, but was curious if you've ever experienced the opposite.
I think the second part of their statement is correct. Usually a car that feels, pretty good below the limit. Well, no, they fall apart. Some of them fall apart at 8/10. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Jaguars usually did that.
Mm-hmm.
But feel good at the limit.
So I have one.
Or below.
I mean, and I have one that's interesting. The BMW M2, I'm not particularly interested in most of the time. But when I had it on the track and I went full off, it's a complete animal that you have to like fucking ride like a bull around the track. Like it wants to spin the tires through fourth gear. It is so unbelievably pointy. If you're braking and you turn in, it will initiate a slide. And like that's the shit. Like when you go full off in an M2 on a track, it's unbelievably fun. I don't find it all that interesting on the street.
Yeah. I think that's true. A lot of cars now are, unless they're loud, I think character seems to be getting engineered out of cars just by having all the NVH and stuff. So if it's quiet inside, it's less about being at the limit and more about like you can truly experience the car. But below that, they can feel too quiet. Yeah.
Yeah. Matt Paradem Titties? Matt Paradem Titties. There you go. I have a lifted 2020 4Runner that I want to trade in. I live in Colorado and want more mountain power. Put stock tires back on your 4Runner. You get like 100 horsepower. But I also want to get to campsites and do some medium off-roading reliably. I have an FJ Cruiser for more hardcore stuff. Is the Land Cruiser 250 a good pick, or should I get a 2020 GX 460? Look, I don't do much off-roading, and we drove the Land Cruiser, and it was nice. The one we drove was the hybrid one, the four-cylinder hybrid one, which I thought was pretty good at off-roading, and I thought it was better than the Lexus. Not better. It was a better value than the Lexus GX that they're selling right now, which for all of its price difference did not really feel all that much different most of the time.
I think the 2020, Vinny's new one's 2021, right?
It's an LX too. This is a GX, which is a V8.
Yeah.
I mean, the fuel economy will be way better in the new car than the old car. But I don't know what it's like to drive the current Land Cruiser at 8,000 feet up and down mountains. I really don't. I drove it slowly up an off-road trail, and other than that, just around LA.
And it might be good at that because it's a hybrid plus it has a turbo. So that might help it. Certainly be nicer. It'll be nice inside. But I don't know. If I was going to own one for a really long time, I would drift towards the GX just because it's an old Lexus V8.
Yeah.
Seems like a really known quantity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ali Danishvar, which traditional OEM that have where brands have entered the EV market, which one has been the most successful? Like what mainstream OEM that entered the EV market has been the most successful?
Definitely not Mercedes.
Huh?
Definitely
Not Mercedes. I would say either Ford or Hyundai Kia. Probably, right?
Yeah.
Probably Hyundai Kia. They've expanded to a whole line of cars.
I think I see more. Yeah, because like the EV9, I see a lot of those.
There's a ton of
so many
EV9s around.
I think it's like one of the best three-row SUV EVs you can get. Like,
There's
it's one of the
also
best offered out there.
There's also a bunch of the Ioniq 6s.
See a lot of Ioniq 6s. See a lot of 5s here, too. I don't see that many Mach E's. I see like, I don't know, one a week, maybe two a week. I saw a rally up in Malibu.
A week?
Yeah.
Oh, I see a lot of Mach E's around, but I see a lot more EV6s and Ioniq 5s than I do Mach E's. Yeah. BMW electrics are just not that interesting to me. They're kind of bland in ways that, like, there's very little about a BMW EV that makes it stand out to me from a Hyundai or Kia EV or Ford in a meaningful way, which is unfortunate. Same goes for kind of Audi. You have to get pretty. Your high-end EVs have to be pretty fucking like. Taycan drives like a Porsche in a lot of ways, which, you know, is really to its benefit. The Lucid and the Rivian are unique in their own ways. The Lucid's packaging, the Rivian's like software and speed and build quality. You know, those are really, really good. If you're for just like average regular cars, tough to justify a BMW electric car. I may be a snowflake, but my Grand Seiko is too. Anytime I hear anyone speak about Audi sports sedans, they say they get boring after about 3 months, but I never hear that about the Golf R. It's not the same car, but a platform is a platform. Despite this, the Golf R is talked about positively as a long-term solution, but the RS3 isn't.
I think we've said, and when you've heard from customers, like the RS6 bores them after a couple months. So I think
bigger sedans.
The bigger sedans. I think it's less common with the smaller ones because the people that are buying Golf Rs and RS3s, I think, are driving enthusiasts more. You know, they've made a little more money than maybe Civic Type R people. They want to have a slightly nicer car. They want an M2 with 4 doors, basically. But I think there's a deeper like love and interest in those cars. They're bought by enthusiasts versus fast Audi sedans, S6, S8, RS7, whatever. It's like someone's just rotating into their newest fast sedan,
right?
And they go, "Oh, okay, I've done it. What else is out there?"
Yeah, and I don't think the RS3 and the S3 are in the same class as those bigger cars.
Yeah.
I think they're I think the things you say about the Golf R probably apply to those two cars fairly equally as well.
I think the RS3, S3, and the Golf R are all made to bring car enthusiasts into the brand, and in the hope that they will then buy a Q6 when they have kids. That's what it's for.
Right. David, Twoing the Pink, One in the Stink, wants us to weigh in on this auction on Bring a Trailer that allegedly uses AI images. I'm pick 18. It has 2 column shifters. Can we take a look at that? Is this for real? No reserve withdrawn. Well, I guess it was withdrawn for this reason. But let's go look at pick 18 with the 2 column shifters. So,
well, first, like this.
Something looks a little weird about this.
It looks like the car is coming out of the ground on this third picture. Like, look at the angle of the seat and the road behind it.
Yeah, so something's weird there, but keep going. All right, this is go down to the gallery, all the way to the gallery, and let's go to the pick number 18.
So
you can just click if you click one, it'll bring it up, and you can just click the arrows. Here's 16. Oh shit!
Oh wow!
There do appear to be 2 column shifters. Can you zoom in? Click the magnifying glass, top right. Let's see if we can punch in on that further. Is that all we've got? No?
Oh, well, let me punch in.
That's it? Well, that does look a little wonky. There do appear to be 2 column shifters coming out of the steering column there. And there was another one that said the floor mats were pebbles.
Cobblestone floor. I mean, yeah, so you got 2 shift. This is, and this, like the vent's weird.
No, I don't know if that's weird, but the 2 column shifters is bad. For sure. Wait, look. There's no door frame. Look, this door, that's not a frameless door.
Correct.
Here's a photo showing the passenger side interior door card, and there's literally no forward door frame in a car that does have
now what's funny is there's a huge
doors.
side mirror, and then there's just nothing above it.
Yeah.
It's just open.
But there's a rear door frame. That's fucking hilarious, dude.
So how did what? I mean, this is a picture of the odometer, and it's got like a reflection of someone's hand. So someone,
you think someone was just cleaning it all up? Or something?
No, I think someone wanted to see if they could get away with this.
Like, do you think it's a fake car?
Yeah.
You think it's a completely fake car?
Yeah.
And you think someone was going to collect money and then just not deliver a car?
Possible. Or they were just testing their software and they're like, look, what better place to test your fake car software than on an auction site where people pay attention to everything?
Yeah.
And like this, I mean, I don't know.
But so you think it's a completely fake car? I don't think so.
You think just some of the pictures were fake then?
I think some of the pictures are fake and some of the pictures are real.
Weird. Now, maybe now your theory also holds water. Like someone took these pictures of the regular car, and then they're like, "Oh, let's clean these up a bit."
Yeah.
And they ran it and they uploaded, and then they went, "Oh, fuck it," cleaned it up and added 2 shifters. But that might be a thing.
I think it's more likely that somebody. Look at the back. The back is cobblestone.
It's cobblestone carpet. So for people listening, the car is parked on like a cobblestone-ish stone driveway.
Yeah.
And now the carpet in the back seat has kind of mirrored that pattern of multiple different sized blocks.
It's fucking
and then it's
funny.
gone. The next picture, you go to the next picture, and it's just the normal rug.
Yeah.
This is really weird.
That's pretty funny, dude. Oh, look. In
back.
this photo, all the carpets are cobblestone. In photo number 30.
Do you have Randy Nonberg's cell phone number? Ask him what's going on.
Up, dude. This is so funny. Look. You can see the cobblestone.
So the engine, the radiator support is gone, and you can just see the cobblestones through it, which, actually could be real if they're missing that part. This is wild.
Dude, look, there it is.
It's
look,
back.
The radiator shroud has returned.
That's so, I think your idea, man, these pictures.
Dude, some of it was just real lazy.
I think you're right, because look, the shadow on this is all really nice and artsy, and they kind of turn the contrast up on the photo a bit.
Yeah.
But here, they just ran it through, AI, Adobe Photoshop automatic process, and it fucked their world up.
This is why you should have West Side Collector Car Storage help you list your car. That's just saying. That's crazy. That's so funny. Oh, you fucked up, bro. Nice mid-mod house, though, in the back. Little Beverly Hills vibe. It's definitely Grandpa's fucking Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Hell yeah.
Very, wow.
That's
problematic.
That rules. Ah, God, that's so funny. I love that. Oh, man. I like the Carl's Matzo Ball Soup says, what would your dream movie be? Dude,
I would have. I looked at this question earlier. And I was like, "This is
people who write
complicated."
movies?
I would
Yeah.
have George Miller, who did wrote and directed Mad Max Fury Road. I'd have him direct some car movie and only practical effects. Mm-hmm. That's all I got.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I couldn't tell you what my dream movie would be.
I think
that's crazy.
It's too complicated a question.
Instead, I'll tell you this. Hannah was on Facebook Marketplace yesterday morning, as she is most mornings, and she found a Demolition Man movie car set. It is a set of all the GM concept cars used in Demolition Man. Make offer $50, and now we have new additions to the Demolition Man bathroom.
We're going to put them in the bathroom.
We're going to have to make a shelf.
You know what would be cool? You could stick them to the wall as if they're driving up the wall like a chase.
Oh, that could be fun.
Some sticky things.
Christian just got us a cordless hot glue gun, so we will have a need to play with that.
There you go.
Yeah. Matt's missing Countach part. If you had to pick one car that the worst drivers drive, what is it? This is very easy.
Model 3.
The Model 3 or a Nissan Altima. Those are your two gold standards. Light Bias says, is Breitling turning their fortunes around with the enthusiast crowd? There seems to be very solid feedback on their new in-house movements. It seems like they're still in limbo. What can Breitling do to better their standing? I think Breitling's watches look really nice right now. The problem with Breitling was like they got – when my dad was running Ralph Lauren and like rappers and shit started buying clothes. Like Kanye started buying polos and all these guys started buying polos. Ralph very wisely resisted the urge to change anything in order to target this new customer base. Fucking head first, right? Tommy Hilfiger changed his shit all around to target that type of customer. And then when that trend went away, Hilfiger was fucked, and Ralph was able to continue on. Breitling was Hilfiger. Breitling went with these huge, blingy, gaudy shit, and then almost overnight, huge watches were instantly not cool anymore. So they had to redesign all their shit to be a little more contemporary, and now they're doing a nice job. But just like all other Swiss watch brands that aren't Rolex, AP, or Patek, you still want to buy one used fucking 50% off, right? They're like any mid-tier luxury Swiss brand. Their watches will depreciate. You can probably negotiate a bit in the stores, but they are quite nice. And I'm having my Super Ocean serviced right now, so I can wear it later when I go to the Caribbean later.
I know your birthday just happened, but I'm looking at the Breitling NFL editions, and I think I'm going to get you your birthday present early.
The other thing is, they went from these corny-ass Bentley watches to now they're doing these corny-ass NFL edition watches, and so sometimes they just can't help themselves. What are you going to do?
Partnership.
But I like the Premier. Go back to the website. On the right, the Premier is it's their vintage style. These are very nice. I'm a big the Premier B01, that one right in the middle on the steel bracelet. Oh, this one looks like it might be gold because
it's rose gold.
All right, it's rose gold, but this one, but in steel. What the fuck is their website doing?
Whoa,
Habibi.
Sorry, I just gave everyone an epileptic seizure.
Yeah, websites. You have to put a trigger warning on that motherfucker. But
truly apologize.
But that's a very pretty watch. I really like these Breitling Premiers. That's in the middle, the pistachio. That's fucking class. That's real nice.
This is like a pink orange face.
Pink orange?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Oh my
Did
God.
I call it pistachio. All right, stop clicking
there.
on brother.
Okay.
Oh,
now
there it is. Yeah. That's a beautiful watch. I don't like the leather. I would get it on bracelet, but that's a beautiful watch.
alligator. I'm not gonna let you answer these while I go to the restroom.
Yeah, I have to pee too. I think we should end our show soon.
Well, we got a PPF one, which you'll understand.
Great. Michael Cosgrove says, suggestions for a new car to replace my daily driver M3 that's 90% as competent navigating fast-moving highway traffic, but 20% better sound and comfort. I have a Boxster for a weekend sports car itch. I really wish you specified if you were willing to get an electric car. Because if you are, you should get a Taycan. Assuming you want a gas car, I would say 90% as competent as an M3. Navigating highway traffic, but 20% better sound or comfort. Well, you could get something like a regular BMW 340 M Sport, which would pretty much be that same thing. If you wanted to keep it in the BMW family, you could also get a gas Mecum, which I think like a gas Mecum GTS would be sweet. You could get a Genesis G80. That would be pretty cool. You could get a Audi S5, which I don't really love the new S5, but maybe you do. You get the Lexus IS 500 while you've got that. Really cool engine. That'll be fun. Lexus LC 500. That would be sick. Infiniti LGBTQ 50. I had PPF put on my Alfa Romeo 4C back in October 2016. I'm going to continue to hold on to the car. Should I have the shop take off the old PPF and put on new PPF since you've mentioned not to let it go too long? I would. If you think you're going to keep it for another 10 years. I definitely would.
What are the risks if you don't have it removed and replaced? I mean,
The
yellows.
longer
or
it
is
sits, the harder it is to get off. So that's the problem. I mean, whoever takes it off, it's going to be a bitch. It might cost you more money. 2016, that's like a Larry question. Like, normally we have problems with PPF removal when it's like pre-2012. 16 is like a transitional kind of area. You could probably get that off without much trouble. But I wouldn't let it sit for too long. 10 years with PPF is about when I would take it off and replace it. What do I see? Check engine light bulb remover club. What do you look for in your watch movements? Accuracy, robustness, innovation, decoration, in-house heritage. Does it depend on the brand, or is it even high on your list of considerations with a watch? Wow.
I'll take this one. I'm kidding.
Have you ever? I mean, do you think about your watch movements much?
No, but I just trust what I have. Like I've
Yeah.
got Notice and the Rolex and the Weiss, and I'm like, these are nice.
These are nice.
I think about the Weiss movement because I met the guy that made it and I saw where he made it.
Sure. Well, let's see. What do I the fact is I don't think about movements all that often. I think about them when they are novel. So I think about Spring Drive. The interest in Spring Drive led me to Grand Seiko. I think about the Weiss movement because my friend made it and because it's a hand wind. I like looking at the back of that Speedmaster because it's an uncovered chronograph movement and there's like a shit ton of stuff going on in there to look at, and that's kind of fun. But like most of the time, I am not necessarily thinking about movements the same way as I'm thinking about how it feels on my wrist, how it looks, how it sits. Does it keep good enough time? That sort of thing. If the movement is crucial to my appreciation of the watch, then that's a different story. But I think as long as the movement keeps good time and is robust enough that it can handle my day-to-day life, then it's not as high as the fit, the look, and the story of the watch for me. Last one, and then I have to pee too. But it's also Matt Paradigm Titties. What pivotal sports car, if erased from existence, would change car culture as it is today? Miata. Right?
Yeah.
Miata or 911. Erased from existence, meaning never happened.
Dino.
The Ferrari Dino?
Go Dino.
Okay.
Mid-engine, right?
Yeah.
Their first mid-engine road car offering. Would other people have followed suit? I mean, someone else probably would have done it, but
Yeah. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of pivotal sports cars. If you never,
NSX.
If you never get the NSX, Ferrari never starts building good cars. You know.
I would actually choose that over the Dino.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you. Our next show I'm going to be doing from Sedona because I'm going on a little road trip for Road and Track to scout for the Desert 600. It's up at experiences.roadandtrack.com. You can sign up and come drive with me in April. We're starting in Vegas, doing Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We're doing Valley of Fire. We're doing Zion National Park. We're going to Sedona, staying in Auberge, and then we're ending in Scottsdale. It's going to be fun mountain desert roads, cool racetrack. Good times, great hotels, and I'm going to make sure the road is really good in the next 5 days. So I'll talk to you later this week from Sedona. Thanks to our patrons for such good questions. Thanks to everybody else for listening.